Press the button. Well, it's Wednesday and a week today CATMANTOO goes in. Obviously got a fishing boat out, back gate's open, so there must be some activity at the ramp or the slipway. Lagoon 470 coming up on our left. I've just checked with Kevin and he reckons it's going to be at 3 o'clock next week on Wednesday. Oh look, the big for sale lagoon is gone. Oh, I can park the car in the garage again now. Oh, I'm just checking how much diesel we've got. Not a lot, but enough. Oh, we have some rainwater in here, so I'm just pumping that out. It's fresh water, so it can go straight on the ground. I'll just check the diesel on this side, which is the port side. And this lock has been dry since we repaired the deck above the rudder post. Oh, there's about the same amount in here, which is enough to get to Marsden Cove. We actually still have another tank up the front that hasn't been started on. Oh, seeing as how dirty it was around here, I better give it a clean. A big trimaran coming out, and this cat going up. And everybody's fun job of cleaning the toilet compartment. I apologise, of course it's the heads clean, doesn't look much different. Fortunately the shower compartment stayed clean. I think I did clean that when we first came out. I carried on and cleaned lots of walls and things, get rid of the dust. Well, I'm going to convince myself that's an improvement. So the mast is back up on Windbourne. Big try sitting on the cradle. Friday afternoon, we've got a couple of fishing boats up. two fishing boats, a keeler presumably just come out, a cat on the slit lamp, slipway, sorry. Oh, there's the try from earlier in the week. Windmere had its mast up earlier in the week, is getting all the rigging sorted. It's been pretty windy. This morning we had some very heavy squalls come through. Better put the outboard on the dinghy. Now these clips up here are not working well, so I've got some new ones. Oh, here's the world's strongest but light boat hook. It's made out of thick bore carbon fibre tube. Just going to sort out the wiring from the engine start batteries, the ancillary wiring. We've got a bus bar here, which will mount inside the locker. Both batteries are charged. Well, I suspect it's this control module that's the problem. It's got a fuse, we'll check that. And it's under the rubber cap that was on there. Well, it's fine. Right, well, that's a right royal pain. So I've got two more boxes on the engines at home, so I will bring them, and you can just bypass the whole thing. Not ideal though. Well, let's go and take the control boxes off the two other engines. Well, there's one there, no guarantee it works, but the engines did run, and I did clean the boxes at the time. Well, I wouldn't call them pristine, but worth a try. After a bit of a clean up with the wire brushes, it's not looking so bad in there. There's the cat that was on slip, came out yesterday, stray cat. Right, so it's that black box, and we'll remove it from the engine. Right, we'll disconnect the cables, then the battery power, which is the centre one, glow plug, which is the one furthest away, and start off the terminals. That's the two harnesses that head away from the engine. The next one's still attached to the old block is the engine harness, and you can put it in the wrong way around, but that white thing denotes a pin that's not used, and I think you can see down there's a pin that's not used. The easy way of avoiding confusion is just to do one beside the other, which is what I've done. Now the wires onto the studs. So the nut that holds, the bolt that holds the thing on is 8mm. These are 8 and 10 and 10. Right, there's the serial number on the one that was on this engine and the one that was on the older engines. Both of them have the same serial number. Right, all connected. Let's cross our fingers. Power's on to the engine. Let's see what appears here. Nothing. It's not too hopeful. Oh, I've disconnected and reconnected the plugs a few times. No go, so we'll try the other one. Right, attempt number 2. No. Because it hasn't worked, we're going to jump it across the terminals. Let's see what happens. Yeah, trying to do it so you can still see me. Right, now what we need to switch. Right, to stop it is this lever here, which stops the mechanical fuel pump. So we need a momentary switch, and from memory there's a whole pile of switches and electronics under that part of the settee. Right, well I've got my bags of goodies out. This one's a bit of a mishmash of stuff. The bag of switches. So this appears to be a momentary. We'll check it with the multimeter. So it's got a tail. Okay, white and green is normally open. Right, we have terminals to go on the box and the momentary on switch attached to some cable. Well, I've connected battery start and I put the glow plugs back on just to keep it out of the way. So Press the button. Now the question is, what other things can I plug in that might work? Right, well, I'll run it up to there. So under here is the diesel pump, and bilge pump for the engine, bilge pump for the diesel tank. Still got some water in it. 12 volt socket. I'm kneeling just outside the engine bay, so obviously start that, and then if I've got enough hands I can lean down and get the stop. Oh, it's Sunday, last day of doing anything on the boat, and I'll try not to wreck anything today. Well, the final vacuum's done. The vacuum is stowed with all its bits. Right, running the Jenica sheets, putting on the breast line if we dock at the pontoon. Just making sure the prod still launches. It was a bit stiff, corrosion in the aluminium tube it runs in, but sorted now. Oh, here's the Jenica or Code 0 sheets on their Dyneema shackle, ready for action in a not too distant future. I've got mooring lines ready for Wednesday for holding the boat in the slip as it's launched. Well, somehow I've managed to put the starboard Jenica sheet on the port side. Oh well, doesn't matter. There's a rope to help hold us in the slip, same on this side. I'm finished with shore power. I've just cleaned the exposed windows. There's some paint flecks on them, but otherwise they're looking fine. Well, Wednesday evening, CATMANTOO should be back on her mooring. Probably going to be similar wind conditions.